there everyone, I hope you're all doing well. Today I wanted to take you along with me while I craft a garden spell bag. I craft garden spell bags every year around this time to bring protection, abundance, fertility, and health to my gardens. And this year, since I have an actual in-the-ground garden, I thought it would be extra special to take you along with me. Garden spell bags can come in a variety of forms, but they are distinct from most other spell bags as they are meant to decay with the earth and the garden. This does ultimately change up the process a bit, but I think that makes it all the more interesting. And after so many years of not having a garden, I am feeling a little bit rusty in my skills. So in preparation for this, I've been taking some courses on Craftsy to learn the best practices and to get some better ideas for my garden to come. And Craftsy just so happens to be the sponsor of this video. Craftsy is your online resource for all things creative, from the class I'm taking called Year-Round Beauty, Growing a Layer Garden, to crochet classes, such as the classic crochet, the granny stitch. I've been able to learn so much and delve into areas of creativity that I have long been meaning to, but just haven't known where to begin until now. The gardening class has helped me to visualize and understand how to build a layered garden in tune with the land I'll be working with. I feel far more qualified than I did before to build this garden. They'll be unique to my desires and built with native plants and personal touches. And the crochet class has given me the confidence to finally start up this craft and keep it going. I've known how to knit for many years now and I've always wanted to try crochet, but just needed the right push to do so. Craftsy is always creating new classes to keep you inspired. They teach through instructional videos taught by talented and friendly experts. They walk you through each technique with step-by-step demonstrations, providing their expert tips and tricks. You can even connect with other makers and DIY lovers to ask questions, share ideas, and stay inspired. As a member, you'll have access to Craftsy's live streaming tutorials where their expert instructors share their tips, answer questions, and engage with the crafts community in real time. So if this sounds interesting to you, the first 1,000 of you to click the link in the video description will get a full year of premium membership to Craftsy for only $1.49. This is valid for new members only. Here I have selected chamomile, elderflowers, and a bit of crabapple flowers. Each of these are distinctly magical and mean a lot to me. I've selected elder because it's something I include in most every spell, especially spells of protection. Elder is a fantastic herb for protection, and I have chosen it for that purpose here. It is especially well noted in garden magic for this purpose to not only protect the garden, but also the home and those who dwell there. It is ideal if you're growing an elder tree for this purpose, but simply scattering a bit of the elder around or adding it into a spell bag to be there is a fantastic way to bring protection to the garden. I selected chamomile because it is known as the plant's physician. It is a wonderful healing herb, and when planted in the garden, does bring sick plants back to health. So to me, it is an essential herb to have in any garden spell bag that I've crafted lately, just to enhance the health of the garden and kind of protect the health. And finally, I've also chosen crabapple blossoms. These were recently in bloom, and this is dried from a stalk that I gathered. The apples are not quite here yet. The apples are a very core part of garden magic. They bring abundance and fertility to the garden, and especially in any form that is growing in abundance in your area. Pouring apple cider on the ground is a great way to bring abundance and fertility to your garden, or planting an apple tree is ideal. But incorporating any bit that you can will add a great deal of power. So those are the 3 herbs I've selected and why I've selected them. Now, because this is a spell bag that is meant to decay with the turn of the seasons and release its energy slowly into the garden, it's essential that you pick ingredients that are biodegradable. So the other part of this spell is, of course, a spell bag, and make sure that you choose one that is fully made of natural materials so that it can go back into the earth safely. The other essential part of this spell is to grind down the herbs. In their whole form, they will go back into the earth, but it is much easier when they are smaller. So I would recommend getting out a mortar and pestle and using that to combine your ingredients first. So let's begin there. Because each of these are flowers, I will not be using the woody stem of the crab apple. They can all be combined together first. But if you are choosing to work with different herbs than I am, always start with your woodier herbs and then move on to your softer herbs while you're working to grind them down. In this case, because they're all similarly soft, I will incorporate them all together and then grind them down all together. Each of these I measured with my heart, whatever felt like would be the best amount. So just go with your heart. It doesn't have to be exact or perfectly even. Just feel it out. Now that it's all here, I'm gonna grind it all together. This is about the consistency I'm looking for. It doesn't have to be powdered, but just nicely kind of mixed together and fine enough to go back into the earth easily. The next step now is to just transfer this into a spell bag. So let's do that. Take some time to be still with the spell bag once you put it all together. Place your intentions into it and have patience. Think about each herb that you added and why you added it. Put that energy into it. Intertwine your magic with that of the herbs. And then when you're ready, tie it off. You can tie it off in as many knots as you want to, put as many intentions into them as you desire to. Just make sure it is secure. And then I recommend hanging the spell bags. I find that they work a little better that way. So make sure to tie a hanging knot in it as well. Doesn't have to be too fancy. Anything simple will do. And then it is time to find a place in your garden to put it. So let's go do that. Welcome to one of my favorite spots in my garden. It is so beautiful here, and there's a lot of wind going on today, but I think that's okay. I definitely want to hang this somewhere in here, and I'm thinking in this tree or maybe off of the hydrangea. So let's do that. The sun has gone away for a bit now, but here is my garden spell bag. It will hang here as it slowly returns to the earth, releasing that magic into my garden. I highly recommend crafting these if you are a gardener. I have done this for years with just potted plants and really have valued the process. It is such a wonderful way to connect to what you're growing and enjoy that part of your garden. All right, let's head back inside. Alrighty, back inside to close this out. You can craft one or multiple garden spell bags depending on the size of your garden. If you wish to protect greater areas, I find that its power does extend into every area that you are personally nurturing, but feel free to do what feels is right for you. You can use different herbs than the ones I chose. I do recommend choosing one for protection, one for health, and one for abundance. But you can add any combination of herbs that are like that, add more than I did, or focus on just one of those aspects. You can also craft this as just herbs to scatter. I do recommend the spell bag because I believe that it lasts a lot longer than just scattering herbs, but alternatively you could make kind of a large jar of herbs to scatter and just keep sprinkling them throughout the seasons. Again, this is just a wonderful way to connect to your garden and enjoy the nature around you. It doesn't have to be for an in-the-ground garden, it can be for planters. And I even had these when I had a fire escape garden. So very versatile and useful. With that, I really hope that you've enjoyed. If you kind of would like to, I'd appreciate it if you checked out my Patreon. There I share art, herbal profiles, book recommendations, and monthly workshops. I also have another channel where I share more vlogs, my day-to-day life, more magic, herbalism, all of those good things. And I also wrote a book. It's all about herbal magic and will take the beginner to the intermediate. So if any of these sound good to you, they're all linked in the description down below. Thank you so much for coming along with me today. I hope you're having a lovely day, and I can't wait to see you again soon. Bye.